Rico and Kayla is about to go live online. Catch All Out Monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Kayla Rivera. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Well, we are live in studio. We have an audience here, but they're quiet. They're possibly starstruck. Why? Because finally we got to have her in the booth. It's been a couple of interviews that we got to speak to her, but she was out of the country. But what she does great is actually music, and she's here with us, ladies and gentlemen, here on All Out, live in the Monster Studios. We got one and only Lyn Lapid.
Hi. Hey.
How are you doing? How's everything?
I'm doing great, honestly. How are you?
Good. You know, many of your fans have been waiting for you, and you're here joining us, of course, live. And what brought you here? What brought you back?
Yeah, I'm back in the Philippines to visit family in my mom's home province, Batangas. So I was over there for a few days for a wedding, and yeah, kind of just exploring Manila and also my mom's hometown. Yeah.
Okay, of course. We're, hometown for the family. Where is this at?
Alitagtag, Batangas.
In Batangas.
Yes.
Okay.
Near
So,
Taal.
Taal Volcano. And you got to. Were you nervous when you were there?
No, I wasn't. Well, I mean, we stayed in a resort in Taal, and we were able to see the volcano, and we saw the smoke coming up. We're like, oh, why is there smoke coming from there? They were saying it's like an active volcano. I was like, oh, okay. It doesn't erupt while we're here. So yeah, we got to see that. It was very beautiful views. The lake was amazing.
Did it inspire you to write a song while you were there?
I wish, honestly, I was so close to bringing my ukulele here because I like to bring them when I travel, just so I could have it with me. But I did not have enough space in my luggage this time, so I was without my ukulele this time, unfortunately.
Maybe you want to buy one here.
I do. Honestly,
Yeah?
I would if I had more time. I'm leaving tomorrow, which is so unfortunate. I'm gonna miss the Philippines so much, but I do want to get a ukulele over here. I feel like that would be so cool to have.
We'll try to get somebody to hook you up. Is there a specific size that you're? I'm just joking. Now, you know, one of the questions as well that people are asking, probably just me, but I know some people will because you are in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And Lapid is a very, very famous last name. Are you related to the action star? Or our Clint Eastwood, Lito Lapid?
It's a good question. I honestly don't know. I feel like I've heard that I'm distantly related to Lethal Lapid, but I cannot confirm or deny. I feel like maybe we are because of the last name, and it's not very common. I don't think so. Maybe we are, just very distantly though.
It's only two things, right? It's either the action star or they will ask you the chicharon. Did they ask you that too?
Yeah, they do. I have a Filipino market near my house in the States, and they sell the Lapid chicharon over there.
And they're asking you yo, is this you? Is this yo Lyn? This is you, girl.
Yeah, maybe.
But you know, the journey of your music. I was just telling her, off air. For those that are listening or tuning in, we have Lyn Lapid. She's joining us. She's live in the studio now. The song "Do You Really" was really one of those songs that makes you question about love. About is it? I mean, what was the inspiration behind the song?
Yeah, honestly, fun fact about this song, this song which is on my recent EP, To Love in the 21st Century, was written 3 years ago, before my first single, Producer Man. And so if you listen to the song, my vocals on there is 17-year-old me singing. So that's a fun fact. And it first started out as a song for Ruth B, and they wrote it with her in mind. And my producer, who I was working with at the time, asked me if I was a fan of Ruth B. I was like, am I a fan of Ruth B? Yes, I am. I've been watching her for like years and years and years. And they asked if I wanted to be on a song with her, and they showed me this like half-written song that she like wrote the first part, and I took the song home that day and I finished it instead of doing my homework for school. And I came back in the studio and I recorded the vocals. And yeah, we were inspired by the idea of like a kind of situation where you're questioning if the person that you're with wants to be in a serious relationship with you or not. And that was kind of the idea behind the song, which fits really well into the EP theme as well.
And this song is so massive. I mean, like as far as the emotions itself, because you do find yourself asking, do you really want to settle down? Do
Yeah.
you, or do you just want to fool around?
Yeah.
Is that kind of thing. And with this, how much of this song, I know you have a new song. We'll talk about your new song in a bit. But with this song, how much did it change your life and your aspect, other than being a musician, but as a person, when you recorded the track, when you let people, am I the only person that approached you and told you about how it changed my life? Or is there a lot of people too?
Honestly, I think you're the only one.
Uh-huh.
I would say "Do You Really" is one of the more underrated songs,
Mhm.
especially on the project as well. So I'm glad that you appreciate it really well.
Beautiful song.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Honestly, working with Ruth B was such a cool experience because she's such a very experienced and artist, and
Mhm.
I look up to her so much. So I was able to learn a lot from her when I was recording the song, and also when I got to meet her in person to
Mhm.
record the visualizer.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was just the sweetest person ever, and having her being my first collab was so cool to me, especially because I've been such a big fan of her, and I feel like that was a very full circle for moment for me.
That'd be cool if you could have J. Cole on this as the rap verse. Yo, that would be it. In comes, of course, East Side. You're currently playing it. Okay, tell us a story about this one. Okay, so what brought about this song, and what was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, East Side came from the idea of, so this year I had made the big decision to move away from my hometown in
Mhm.
Maryland, and move across the country to really focus on my music career. And I had to leave a lot of my hometown friends back in Maryland.
Mhm.
And East Side is a song about that. Um, my friends and I feel like because of the distance now, we talk a lot less,
Mhm.
and we're not as close as we used to be. But I don't think our relationship has really changed that much because my friendships have kind of turned into this very low maintenance kind of
Mhm.
friendship, which I really value. And the fact that we don't really talk or text every day, or we don't hang out every single day anymore, doesn't affect how close we are as friends.
Mhm.
And so I wrote East Side about that, about like low maintenance friendships. And yeah, that's what East Side is about.
And in a heartbeat, it feels like you didn't lose 1 second, right?
Mm,
When you guys are this at first. I mean, with you moving, I know you're Los Angeles based now.
mhm.
From Maryland to Los Angeles, that's a completely different area.
Yes.
How was it like? How was the adjustment like? And did it somehow put a lot of pressure on your songwriting? How was it harder to write songs now because you're in the city?
Mm. Actually, that's a good question because I feel like when I moved, it took off the pressure.
Mhm.
Because when I was back in Maryland, I would fly out to Los Angeles to do writing sessions,
Mhm.
and I would have to pack like so many sessions in the span of like 2 weeks. And
Mhm.
every single day, I had to come up with a different idea. And it was just like it was a lot more pressure that way. But now that I'm in Los Angeles, it's a lot more chill. I
Mhm.
can actually explore the city that I'm visiting or that I'm living in now, and I'm able to like eat out when I want, hang out with my friends, and it doesn't all just have to be work. So I feel like moving to Los Angeles really took the pressure off of things. It makes me miss my hometown more, but
Mhm.
honestly, I feel like it's very worth it. And the adjusting part of it was very rough at first,
Uh-huh.
especially because I was moving across the country with literally nothing. And I had to start from scratch. And I'm honestly lucky to have the roommates that I have because we're all really close friends.
Mhm.
And yeah, they made the moving process a lot easier for me. I feel like without them, I would have been so lost.
I mean, with the writing process now, how's it like for you? For those who are tuning in, Lyn Lapid, she's joining us. She does have a new song, East Side. She's here in town. She's here in the booth across from us. All right. So, what was it like? How was a songwriting day for you, like, Lyn? If you're going to work on a song, is it like you have a goal of, okay, a song a day only? How is the routine like for you?
Yeah, honestly, I try to write about whatever I'm feeling that day.
Mhm.
I like to pull from my own experiences in my songwriting, so I'm not really afraid to be as vulnerable as I possibly can
Mhm.
because I really value authenticity in my own songwriting. So, um, I like to write about whatever feeling I am feeling that day, and sometimes I'm feeling nothing.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm feeling so many emotions, and I just write about all of that when I'm doing writing
And that's
sessions.
perfectly normal
Yeah,
to feel nothing
yeah.
and to have all the emotions all in one go. You make it sound so easy. Ang galing, right? Like just, yeah, I wrote about my heartbreak. It was cool. But in the early times, when you were still trying to discover the mutant power that you have, which is songwriting and expressing yourself honestly in your songs, what were the struggles and how did you overcome those struggles?
I feel like when I was first starting out, I had no idea what I was doing.
Mhm.
Unlike a lot of artists where they say like, "Oh, I've been writing ever since I was out of the womb." I was not one of those artists.
Mhm.
The way I started in musically was through classical piano lessons, and none of that involved songwriting or singing. I mostly picked up songwriting and singing for fun,
Mhm.
and it was because I would watch other artists like online songwriting for fun, and so that was more of like a leisure activity for me. But I honestly didn't start writing until I was about 16 or 17. So
Mhm.
I was pretty late in the game.
What was your first song? Can you remember the first song you've ever written? Was it about the heartbreak, love,
I
or your favorite candy?
remember I do actually remember the song. It was a song about a crush that I had, and you could just tell that I wrote it at 16 years old.
Can you remember?
Um
Can you sing a part of it,
oh my gosh.
even if just a chorus?
Ooh, no, I cannot.
Uh-huh.
I know I I remember. Oh, I remember it was a song about being in public
Mhm.
and seeing a cute stranger
Mhm.
and just imagining your whole life with them. So it was kind of that kind of song. It's a very cutesy, fresh song.
That
Um,
sounds cute.
thank
Imagine
you.
at 16, right? You
Yes, I
are
do.
my everything. You are my crush. Okay, but in comes the song. And the songs that you're writing, it really has touched a lot of your fans, a lot of the people that listen to your music. But for you, here on the show, we do have all our questions. There's some random fun questions so we get to know you better. For you, being a songwriter, who was that one person that you've been wanting to write a song with or collaborate with, but you never had the opportunity?
Never, I would have to say, I'll say two names honestly. My first one was Ruth B,
Mhm.
which I did actually collab with
Yeah,
her
right
for
there.
Do You Really, which is a really full circle moment for
Uh-huh.
me. And then second was Conan Gray. I feel like I pull a lot of inspiration from them, especially because they were artists that started like on social media.
Mhm.
So I took a lot of inspiration from them when I, started posting on YouTube myself and TikTok. Um, I would just like it would be a dream to work with Conan Gray. I
Mhm.
know I bet he's like very particular with who he collabs with and who he writes with, but I mean if I could have the conversation with the dude I would be happy just as is.
After this interview, I'll make sure he gets this interview
Yeah,
and
Conan
y'all
Gray.
work together. All right.
Yeah,
What would be the song you write together?
I have no idea. He writes a lot of sad songs, which is right up my alley, so I feel like we would mesh well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
That'll be it. Okay. Of course, for you, you meet a lot of famous people. You're very famous now. You have a following. Who's the most famous person you've met? And can you
Ooh.
remember the conversation you've had with this famous person?
Famous person. I, surprisingly enough, don't think I've met too many famous people. I don't go out a lot, so
Mhm.
I don't meet people online. I have like had like online encounters with really cool famous people.
Mhm.
Sabrina Carpenter, which is one of also my biggest inspirations. She we follow each other on TikTok and she comments on my posts sometimes and I'm
Uh-huh.
just like so starstruck the fact that she even knows who I am. Um I watched so many of her performances. Especially just because she's been killing it this year with
Mhm.
her live performances, and I take a lot of inspiration from her when I'm performing as well.
Very high energy, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's amazing live,
Mhm.
and I saw her back in May, um, in my hometown, and yeah, it was just so cool to see her live. And yeah, honestly, the fact that she even knows who I am is so cool.
And Lynn, for you, when's your next live performance here in the Philippines? I know you're only here for family. You're here to do the, just drop by, do the interview. But for you, I mean, many of your fans, are waiting. When's the next live performance? When are you
Oh,
going to be back on tour?
oh my gosh, I hope next year I could finally make my way over here to the Philippines. I so like my top goal of next year is to do like an Asia tour.
Mhm.
Just because I know so many of my fans are in Asia, especially the Philippines. Um, so I would definitely want to come here and play for the home country.
Mhm.
Anywhere. I could sing in the park with my ukulele and just have people show up, and I'd be happy there.
A question. Speaking of singing, just randomly, I don't know if anybody have ever asked you this. Do you sing any Tagalog songs? Do you know any Tagalog songs?
I sing. Well, sing is like in quotation, but I attempt to sing some Filipino songs. I do have some on my playlists, like Pasilio, by, I can't remember their name.
Can you sing it?
No.
Oh
It's like "Ta-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, sa ibang da-da-da." That one.
yeah.
Yeah.
San Lola.
Yeah.
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 Ako at ikaw.
Ikaw at ikaw.
Ikaw at ikaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Have you ever collaborated with local?
No, I haven't. I would love to.
Who would you open to collaborate with if given the chance? They're probably tuned in now.
Ooh, honestly, my gosh, honestly, Zach the Budlo.
Zach the
He's really
Budlo?
cool. Actually, fun fact, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but we did write a song.
Uh-huh.
We didn't write a song. We recorded a song
Mhm.
a little bit ago, which was really cool. He's so talented and sings so great live. He like sounds exactly like he does in the studio. So he's honestly really cool. I'm friends with a couple local Filipino artists as well.
Mhm.
My friend Dia and my other friend Elise.
Diamante?
Yes, yes,
Hey, okay,
Um,
shout out Diamante.
yes. I listen to both of their music. They're both so very talented. Other artists like Kindred, who I was introduced to back in like April when I
Mhm.
did like a little acoustic showcase with them. They were also really cool. There's just so many Filipino talents here.
Mhm.
And honestly, like maybe I'm just like biased, but in my subjective opinion, I feel like the artist that comes from Filipino or the music that comes from Filipino artists
Mhm.
here are just a little bit more enjoyable to me.
Uh-huh.
Just because the sound and the songwriting is just so much more developed in my ears here.
And it don't sound all the same like all the others.
Yeah.
Everybody got their own unique sound
Yeah,
and where it's coming from and all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Thank you for taking time.
Yeah.
Many of your fans, I know they're here. Yeah, Christmas plans, Lyn Lapid. Where is Christmas gonna be for you? I know you're supposed to be here, but you're leaving. Did you get to eat some puto bongbong already?
Yes, I did
You
actually.
did?
Like 2
Okay.
days ago.
Yeah, they fed you all the Christmas stuff.
Yes. I had so much Filipino food here, and which I'm so going to miss. I feel like the food compared to here in the States is just not it. And
Mhm.
I'm so sad to be leaving the Philippines too soon because I feel like the food here is just so much better, so much more flavor. I don't know. I'm gonna be very sad when I hop on the flight tomorrow back to the States, but hopefully I'll be back
Mhm.
next year as many times as I can.
And of course, message to all the monsters that are tuned in. Our listeners here love you. They love the music,
Thank
and you
you.
are such a great inspiration. Message for them, especially this coming Christmas season.
Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting me this far into my career. Your support means honestly the world to me, and hopefully I can finally do a performance here in the Philippines. I will make that one of my top priorities for next year, definitely.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Eastside is not playing here on the Monster. Do support it. Lyn Lapid, thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank
all
you so
right.
much.
Okay, have a great Christmas season
Thank you.
and fly safely.
Thank
all
you
right.
so much.
So then, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lyn Lapid. joining us. Of course, it is not a fantastic Friday because it is a fantastic day. She is hanging out with us once again. Do request for her song, her music, and her shows coming up. But on behalf of Kayla Rivera, my name is Rico Robles. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another Monster exclusive interview.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.